So I'm gonna do a reading on Gaiku, something like that, and Nyza. I did look up what was Gagut. Gagut. It's a mathematical equation of God, which is so ridiculous to me. Oh my goodness. Now, so you could tell that this person is a very mental person, worship the mind. And because of that, that means that he lost his fuck. You know, he always trying to rationalize shit and coming up with these narcissistic ways of mental abuse and stuff like that. Probably think he's smarter than everybody because he so-called understand a mathematical equation, and it's not even his work. You see, like, he named himself off of somebody else's work, which I'm telling you, like, narcs are never original. They might be original in the way that they abuse people, but when it comes to creating something, it's like they lack the ability to create. Cause nah, even their abuse is not original, you know? So narcissistic abuse been around for forever, but and a lot of times narcs think they are very smart because they could manipulate people so easily. And it's not that they are smart, because when they lose power over those people, once they wake up to their spirit, they lose that person. And not just that they lose it, that person like don't have no respect for them, because they're like, oh my god, you put me through so much, like you put me through so much pain, I gave you so much love, and in return you hurt me. But it's like that's all they know how to do is manipulate and control people for however long that person allowed them to. So I'm gonna pull some cards on them. I did get a few requests for Nyza, and I might have even did a reading on her some time ago that I never released. I swear I remember doing one, but I can't find it, so I'm just gonna do it again. And also, if you dealing with any man and they support Alihio in any way, do not date them. Do not get into a relationship with them, because even if they say like, oh, I don't agree with everything, but they agree with some of it, do not. I won't even get into a friendship with a person like that. Like, keep that person at a distance. They going through something internally or whatever. No, that person will hurt you, and they will find all types of logical ways to try to convince you that either it was your fault or some bullshit. Like, they will find a reason to not be accountable for their own actions. And this is for anybody who support him just a little bit. Like that pastor, I still haven't seen the whole video, and people was like, oh, this pastor read him and stuff like that. But the part that I did see, he was kind of like tilting. He was like, I disagree with that, but I agree with this, something like that. And what he agreed with already told me everything I need to know. So I didn't even listen to the rest. I don't care what he said. Because Eligio is such a narc. Like, if you agree, okay, I understand that sometimes when he say things, it could be correct information. Like, it's truth to it. But look at the way that he is utilizing it. Everything that he learned about, anything that he teach about, he do it for the sole purpose to manipulate and control people. And I could tell that that pastor and some of the ways that he was agreeing with Eligio is stuff that he does himself. So, and I don't think he's a bad person, but I feel like he is misogynistic and have narc tendencies, sacral, fucked up. And is he a real pastor? I wonder, like, is he a real pastor or is that just what people call him? Or do he got a real church and all of that? And he was doing all this, like, he all mad and stuff. Man, I don't know, man. I do, like, wish that somebody, I guess the closest person is like young Pharaoh that stood up against him, but they stood very strong because they understood that everything that Eligio is doing is, you know what? I'm gonna wait. Let me get into this reading. Let me get into this reading, y'all. Man, when it comes to this Gagut guy, I'm getting so many visuals of him just doing rituals. He might even have like an altar. I see him kneeling somewhere, lighting candles. And I feel like it's for a deity. Like, hmm. It's something, it's a deity that he's very connected to. That he feel gives him power. Cause I see him kneeling in front of it. Hmm. I see this all the time. I even see it when people are like praying and everything. And I'm not saying like it's good or bad, but a lot of times people are like giving their essence away, their power away in exchange for something. A good example of that is American Gods, that TV show. And the deities in it wanted to continue to be worshipped in order to be stronger. Like the more you are worshipped, the stronger you are. So a lot of times it seemed like the deity was a slave to humanity, or because it had to work in order to gain people praise. And a lot of them have like very human beginnings, humble beginnings, where they was just a human and then they did something spectacular and people started to like worship them. All right. So he is connected to something. I can't tell what it is. It just looked like a dark cloud. And I'm not going to say like it's good or bad or evil, but that's just what it looked like. It looked dark and it feels old. It feels like maybe something that is different than what people usually like worship to, but is separate from himself. It could be the deity of this mathematical equation. Hmm. But he really do see himself as a good person that is connected to the divine. But he's not. Like the truth of it, like he do stuff for people to get something in return. He does. I feel like in his childhood something may have happened to him, maybe like a near death experience, very life changing experience that happened to him when he was a child that connected him to some sort of divinity. But I think he's still trying to figure out what that is. Whatever he prayed to or worship, it's like he is a slave to it. He give it so much power. Like sometimes he feel like he even upset it and he have to try to make things right. It has a strong psychological effect on him where it can make him paranoid. That's why you have to be careful with that. Like some people, like they will sacrifice more and more to try to please some type of deity. Because if anything bad happened to them, they think that it's mad at them. Violates the trust of your spiritual community, seduced by your own spiritual role. Yeah, so he see himself like the hierophant, the priest, somebody who should be looked up to in a spiritual way, somebody you come to for answers, somebody that is so-called special because they connected to divinity in a way that other people not. which is toxic. So when he is teaching people, it's like he teaching people to worship him and take the power away from them. Like I feel like a good teacher show you the power within you. They show you the divinity that is within you. So they promote you having freedom of choice and all of this. But nah, a narc, he would wrap it up in something that looked like, oh, I'm giving you power, but in actuality, they taking it away from you and trying to turn themselves into some type of deity. They trying to gain worship by force. Which is not even necessary. And he had that same like mama issue thing like Eligio have. So a lot of times he looking for his mom and women to baby him, take care of him like he's some type of infant. Alright, so with that, I was asking what type of person Gagut is. Gagut. Now I'm finna ask about Nyza. And I don't know about his other wives. Like maybe I do a part 2 about his other wives. Cause I don't know their information. I don't know their name and all of that. Alright, so when it comes to Nyza, she has a very interesting spirit. Like, I feel like she went through so much. Like, just when it comes to abuse alone, but also with being rejected, feeling like she wasn't wanted. So she constantly like looking for love. And she have a traditional sense of love. Like she really want to be like not necessarily a mother, but just a companion to somebody. Like she wants to give love and receive love in return. She's also like it almost felt like Aquarius type energy. She's so futuristic. I feel like she could find solutions and even give like insights to a situation that like she would give you insight to something that you wasn't aware of. Like if you was to read the Bible with her, like her perspective of it would still be correct, but it'd be like, damn, I'd never seen it like that before. She has a lot of energy. Like she could be like very active and want to be on the move. She's very rebellious, sometimes without a cause. But that's because she get triggered, and when she get triggered, she start to rebel. She do have like the spirit of a fighter, but it's and she can be a bully to other women. She could definitely be a bully. She's a loner. Like, she don't trust women. She feel like women always try to backstab her. But she feel like when she's around women, she could be the most dominant one because she refused to be bullied. Because I think that she dealt with being bullied when she was younger. So now she refused to be a bully. No, she refused to be bullied by anybody. Except for a man. But I feel like mm, she could almost like transmute that energy. Like she could get with a man that is abusive, but she could turn that abuse to something very sexual. Like let's say that the dude is mad at her and he's about to hit her. She would start to like act in a manner that is very like sexual, like she want the abuse. Like that's something that turn her on or something. So that's how she's able to like it will go from him wanting to hit her into having sex. But I think that's something that she just do to like protect herself. Like she know what man want, especially abusive man. It's like she know how to work them. But she doesn't like it. But it's what she knows. It's what she used. Nah, it's something about her that likes to be abused, like to be hit. I feel like she attached that to being desire. Like because she's able to transmute that energy to something sexual, she internalized it like that. Like when a man get to a point where he want to hit you, he really want to fuck you. So she kind of internalized it like that. So she is the type that like rough sex. Mm. Like if you try to make love to her, be gentle with her, she mm, probably will provoke you. Provoke you and get you mad, so then you rough with her. But she think that that's what men really want. And I am seeing her with somebody that wasn't like that. And she felt like that person didn't really desire her or really wanted her. Like she was with somebody that treated her kind, treated her with respect. I feel like they had issues, but for the most part, I mean, we all do, but for the most part, he wanted to treat her good. And it's like she couldn't digest it. She couldn't digest that. Whoever this guy was, though, I felt like he was a little bit obsessed with her. So it was still toxic, but he didn't want to abuse her. And it's like she felt like it was something wrong with him or her because of it. So she gravitated towards narcissistic, abusive men because she felt like that's the energy that she used to, and that's the energy that she can handle, and she felt like that's what she deserved. So she had like a lot of insecurities, but and I feel like she's a loner. Like she don't have too many friends because she thinks she get too close to anybody, they're gonna backstab her anyways, cause that's what she used to. That is what she used to. Alright, so let's get into their relationship. Alright, so they have a very codependent relationship. But it's a lot of passion here, and they might confuse that as love. I feel like they break up and make up a lot too. Like they might even be separated now. But there's like a runner chaser dynamic, very toxic, unhealthy relationship, but a strong attachment when it comes to passion and sex. I feel like Nyza has the tendency to revert back to a child. And Gaku, he likes that. He like that she could almost become childlike, like very naive. Um, Even in her mannerism, and she knows this. She knows this. Mm. So she appealed to a lot of his sadistic natures. Cause I'm feeling mm, like he might wine and dine you and be like romantic with you sometimes, but he has a very dark side to him. I also believe that he believed that a man don't have to control his sexual natures. So everything is okay. Like he may be okay with pedophiles or say some shit like why it should be okay. Like if that was like some type of movement or something, he would like support it. He might be like, "Oh, I don't do that," but he supported and okay with it. And if it was something that was legalized, he would jump on it. Like he a believer in dark sexual acts. And keep hearing like he believed that a man shouldn't contain any of his sexual urges. Mm. It goes into a very dark place. She knows that it's unhealthy, but it's like just what she used to. Like, I really feel like Nyza at one point was a victim of trafficking. So she really used to dealing with sadistic men. Alright, y'all, I'm gonna have to take a break from this and then come back. Alright, so I'm gonna use my Tarot of Sexual Magic deck, and the first cards I made, which is 3 a.m. thoughts, to try to tap into like some of this sexual deviant stuff that goes on with Gagut. Also, I do feel like there should be something in place for people who have certain sexual things happening to them. Like there should be like some form of therapy or something. I guess it is. I guess it is because that way we could heal it if it's like some form of trauma or get a better understanding of it so the person won't do something traumatic to somebody else. So it's like if we catch it early and I guess open our minds to it a little bit, then we could put an end to it, to a lot of the sexual abuse in the world. Because a lot of times when men are attracted to like young girls, children, and stuff like that, um, it's from some type of trauma, or it could be because a lot of times they looking at the innocence of the person and they could be looking to manipulate and control them. And these are dudes that have deep insecurities. These some dudes that they can't handle somebody with a developed mind. They would feel so insecure. They would feel like they can't, like they want to feel like the smartest, strongest person in a relationship. Cause they think that what a man is. They want to be in that position. So they prey on young people because they could easily mold them and manipulate them. Because when they deal with somebody with like a person that worked through their trauma, a person that had been through life and they learned a lot and had a lot of lessons and now they have understanding of it and now they even understand the lessons of it, they will feel insecure around people like that because these people know themselves and you won't be able to mold them into what you want them to be. And we see Alihio say this all the time, and he really like telling on himself. He's saying when he say that I get with young women so I could turn them into versions of me that I could dominate and control them. What he is saying is that he is very insecure. He's stunted at growth. He's like stuck at the age 14. And he can't handle somebody that is secure with themselves. And I got a feeling that Gaku is like the same way. Well, he's showing it in his behaviors as well, you know, because I do want people to remember like these are intuitive readings. These are not things that I actually witness. You know, I see this in my mind eye. This is from my intuition. But when it comes to like news and stuff, like if I do a reading and I make like a prediction, which I never try to do. Like if I do a prediction, it's I don't try to do it. Like usually I'm better at picking up on things that is hidden or behind the scenes. And then those things will be revealed. If I do a prediction, like I do remember it, like I remember one time I said something about um baby Eliana and how she gonna be when she older and how she a lesson. But that because it was already a contract signed, and that's how I know. There was already a contract signed. Like when she brung baby Ellie into this world, she agreed to some type of terms and conditions. So I could see those contracts. And I feel like most readers are like that. Like when people start talking about other type of predictions, like the only way for it to be viable is if a contract has been signed. I guess there is a thing as like the Akashic records that you could go into, you could tap into. It's like all knowing energy. And that's like a part of our spirit, our intuition. So there is information that you could tap into, but something had already took place. A contract. Sometimes you could see contracts that are about to be written and issue out. That's the only way I could explain it. Alright, so let's get into what is Gaku sexual deviance. I'm gonna read all these upright. Sex magic, he do sex magic. Hold on, y'all. I'm filling this card out. Emotional pain, like, it's something that turned him on about like having multiple women, and one or more of the women are jealous. It turns him on in some type of way. Like, he might do some shit like, oh my god. Like, I'm seeing a visual of him like having dinner where like his wives is one lady, she look kind of dark skinned, and then it's Nyza, and then it's him. And during the dinner, he like already playing mental games with them. Like, he would constantly flirt with Nyza or do certain things that he know that's gonna upset the other woman. Then I see them getting up from the table while the other girl is like washing dishes. And he's aware of that too. Even that aspect of her like washing dishes, she doing something of service. And then he tell her that him and Nyza is going to go in a room and have sex. And he like motherfucking dare you to say that you don't like that or make it like, if you upset, he wants you to show it through like your facial expressions or doing little petty stuff or whatever. But if you actually challenge, then he will want to dominate them mentally. And he get turned on by all of this. So, and see, narcs, they usually refuse to lose the conversation. So even if you say something that make completely sense, they gonna find a way to make you wrong. Like, you can't win. And what they would do is, like, they would start to emotionally manipulate you. Like, they real clever with the way that, like, if she would have said, like, I don't like that, he might start talking about some type of programming that he already installed in her. Like, the whole polygamy thing, and oh, at least I'm doing it in your face, I'm not doing it behind your back type shit. Like, that dumb shit right there. Because he knows that the only thing that would make sense is you to walk away from him. But he also know that he got you so caught up, like, that almost feels impossible. That is too scary. You feel unsafe without them. Cause they make it seem like you can't survive without them anyways. Like, nobody gonna be as honest as I am with you, because they are honest to like the abuse they doing it, but they making it seem like that's love. So I'm getting this from the Ten of Cards. I want to go back to the Musician. Yeah, he do sex magic on people he has sex with, and he wants to bind. It's almost like he bind them to him. Like, he might have them like in a candle circle, having sex in the middle of it. certain positions, even certain pressure points. It's something that he studies, and he performed this on people he have sex with, but it's something that he studies. He also like bondage. This is the Ace of Swords. It's a lot of swords here, meaning that sex is a mental thing to him. Like he like it when he come, but he don't have to. Especially if it's like a um ritual. Like he studies certain body points and stuff like that. Like sex may be like a amazing experience with him because he studies how to make a woman feel good. Like he research it, but he use it for the wrong reasons. He use it to manipulate. So in these like sex rituals, he would try to get them to a place of ecstasy, but that's like taking control from them. He feeding off of that energy, and afterwards it makes them feel really attached to him. He sometimes like for the girls to be like out of it, like sleep, like putting something in a drink. But I feel like he gets them to agree with it. Like they know something going in their drink and they gonna be passed out, and he gonna do whatever he want to their body. But I don't believe they like it because they wake up and there be things about their body that, like, it could be parts of them that hurt or just feel different in their spirit about it. So just imagine that. That's a scary situation. That's the washing machine, y'all, if y'all hear that noise in the background. Um, hmm. This is like teasing like energy, but it's deeper than that. I'm struggling to find the words. Give me a minute. It's almost like taunting or something like edging. Yeah, it could be like he tried to get them to stop them from like orgasm or even resisting them. He is very like energetic, but he like to feed on very toxic energy. The type of energy that it doesn't sustain you for a long time and it drains the other person completely. Like it drains the shit out of the other person. But see, that's why we should never strive to control a person. People who strive to control people, it's like they taking away parts of their free will. But so here, what I'm getting is like, I feel like he like to be teased, but it's kind of hard to tease him because he likes to be teased. It's differently. It's like in a mental way. You have to play mind games with him the way that he like to be teased. But that's how he like to tease his partners. Yeah, he play little games that make you really want him or desire him. But it's like all a fucking facade, you know? I'm trying to give like a example. Hmm. Because in the visual, all I'm seeing is him talking. Okay, alright. And got the clarity. So it's like he make you feel like you not good enough to have sex with right now. So you will have to do certain things in order for him to want to have sex with you. Cause I feel like he can withhold having sex for a while, especially if that will create an insecurity in them to feel like, oh, I must not be desirable. So, alright, so I'm gonna use my cards, put some cards on it. Yeah, he could be like a very, like, I feel like the women that he is able to trap and control, they can become like a bit obsessed with him because I feel like his bedroom game could be like amazing because he studied it and he doing it for a reason and a purpose. But the purpose is to dominate and control. And he make it seem like he's so hard to please. He plays so many damn mind games. Like he never like just authentic. It's like he's this character. Like he always projecting this alter ego, which could be similar to the deity that he worshiped. If I ever come across that energy, I will update it in the description. Yeah, I'm feeling like he could give you like the best sex of your life, but it's dangerous, okay? It's dangerous because he plays so many damn mind games, and all you're gonna end up feeling is like insecure about yourself. Like, he like for the women to be fiending for him because he know like that would get them to stay because women are competitive too. So he would make it seem like you have to work harder to please him. Um, you have to be worthy of having sex with him and all these other bullshit. And he feeds off of their insecurities. Matter of fact, like when they are insecure, he feel like he doing something right. And he feel powerful because of it. But all of this is really from a deep insecurity. Like there was a time that he felt like he had no control, so he was gonna damage souls to get it. Like he too attached to like the flesh and shit. So this energy that he feeds on is not sustaining, cause he don't even believe in himself. He feel like he have to be this projected ego to gain anything. He feel like he have to hurt people to gain something. So that's not sustaining because you constantly will need external sources to make yourself feel good. Like if all those women was to wake up right now and walk away, like he might be put in a place where he won't don't even want to be here no more. I feel extremely worthless. You will start to see like the insecurity. He might panic and run to that altar, to that deity or whatever. It's a miserable place to be in. But right now, he feel like he winning. So, alright, so I asked why he's like this, and I believe he had his heart broken in the past. He is very like intelligent, but he's immature with it. With this page of swords, like he won't allow himself to expand because he puts so much emphasis on his mind that he's disconnected from his spirit. So that stopped him from expansion. Like he's in a box that he feel really comfortable in. Like he feel like utilizing and worshiping his mental is giving him the things that he want, even though it's superficial. But because he's so immature, he can't really see that. So I asked, what is the condition of Nyza and Gagut relationship? And I'm seeing like a lot of back and forth still. I feel like they could be broken up right now, but they have some type of addiction to each other. It's a really toxic, karmic like relationship, but yeah, there's an attachment, kind of like a addiction or obsession on both sides, but they fight a lot. But he creates these moments because he feed off it. So narcs will push you to your breaking point, and then you be looking like all crazy and shit like that because you be going the fuck off, and people just can't figure out why you being so mean to this. To everybody else, the narc is so nice and polite and charismatic. So, and that's what he do. He push people to this breaking point, but he's really like intoxicated by Nyza because she's like a good actor. She know how to become any role that he want. If he want her to act like a dumb blonde, she would do that. If he want her to act like a child, she would do that. And it's almost like her energy will like become that. So it's like very believable. And he liked that, and he really liked the way she looked. But there is a really dark side to the relationship. Very dark and depressing. Sometimes these fights can become very severe. It's like a match made in hell because he liked the fact that she make him crazy, but the crazy is scary. His crazy is like on some other stuff. And I think that she's addicted to the sex. But she feels scared with him. She don't feel safe all the time. And she worried. And sometimes she try to get away, but she don't really feel like she can. What do Nyza want to do? actually feel like Nyza had really big dreams. Like maybe she even want to be an actor or something like that. And I feel like she's going through a spiritual shift where things that she used to want, she don't want anymore. And she kind of like itching to go after like bigger dreams. But she lacked the security, like she very insecure. But she burning with passion about it. She passionate about having more and having a happy life. She may even be to the point of wanting to heal her traumas and stop going through certain cycles. She even thinking about working, like even if it has to be like a 9 to 5 or something, which I really don't think she wants to do. She like being taken care of, but um she willing to do what she have to do. It's just that she's very insecure and scared. I feel like she's scared of this dude. Like she wants to get away from him, but it's something about it that makes it even harder than getting away from Alihio. But it is similar to like the Alihio and Velvet thing. It's similar because he like obsessed with her, but she desperately wants something different. Like, and I think that she tried to make that work with him, but because she's seeing his obsession as love, but it's not love. It's very toxic. Like he wants her energy, but he don't want to respect her or help her to build. He want to keep control of her. So I guess I get the outcome of this. How that TV is so damn loud. Hold on, y'all. So I'm asking the outcome of this, and I got Devil reverse, Tower reverse, Three of Swords, and a Three of Cups. Now, this Three of Cups, I'm not focusing so much on the meaning of the Three of Cups, but I'm focusing on this imagery. So in this card, it's a man and two women, and they all about to fall into this lake. So whatever that's gonna happen between them, I feel like it's going to destroyed this whole cult that he has. Because it's going to be a major tower moment. It's going to lead to so much heartache. Something feels like this already happened. So, like this contract already taking place. See, that's what I'm telling you. By the time it reached the public, or if it ever, because I don't really think people know him as well, but I'm seeing a mug shot. I'm seeing a mug shot. So I'm gonna wrap it up here. Stay blessed, y'all.